Children, horses, and autism. When I said these things, what pictures came to mind? Maybe the children were squealing, playing in a park, running. The horses were in a field grazing, maybe dragging a cow to a branding fire. What about autism? That was not as pretty of a picture. Autism spectrum disorder is a disease that takes our children from us. It removes from them the ability to communicate with us, to relate to us, and to function in society. So how can we reconcile children, horses, and autism? I'm going to tell you about a study that shows how horses can help autistic children. It was written by three ladies, Margaret Bass, Catherine DeShawney, and Maria LeBray. They titled it The Effects of Therapeutic Horseback Riding on Social Functioning in Children with Autism, and published it in the Journal for Autism and Developmental Disorders. I chose this article because I have personal experience in giving horseback rides to autistic children at summer camp, and I love horses. I want to share how these beautiful animals are helping heal our children. One of the more important aspects a study can do is to give measurable data about the impact of the target area. Animal-assisted therapy has been proven to lower blood pressure and to lower heart rates, but there are less obvious ways that we can measure improvement with a sensory profile and social responsiveness scale. The study also focused on the fact that physically demanding activities such as therapeutic horseback riding can have a direct effect on the cerebellum, the part of the brain that is involved with motor control and locomotion. First, let's talk about the benefits that are measured by the sensory profile and the social responsiveness scale. This is a series of about several hundred questions that are asked of each therapist about each child before and after the study. Adherence to rigid routines is an indicating mark of autism, and the therapist found significant improvement for each child to detach from their sedentary behavior and want to become involved in the activities. There was also a marked improvement in the ability to focus, to give attention, and to interact with others. Anytime you take an autistic child and give them the ability to break from their compulsive behaviors, to interact with people, and to become physically active, you have improved quality of life for that child. Now let's talk about the effect that therapeutic horseback riding has on our brain. We know three things. We know that the cerebellum is involved with motor control and locomotion. It has reciprocal auditory and visual pathways, and it also has been shown recently to play a part in social and emotional functions. We know that the physical and mental demands of therapeutic horseback riding will stimulate the cerebellum in each of these categories. What you may not be aware of is that we now know that cerebellar abnormalities are a consistent indicator of autism spectrum disorder. So it follows that any activity which stimulates the cerebellum would be successful in strengthening it, thus affecting a change to the very heart of autism. So we've seen how this study has measured the effects of therapeutic horseback riding on physical, emotional, and social functioning in autism spectrum disorder, and how it follows that stimulation of the cerebellum also affects changes. This is the first study of its kind to evaluate and measure these effects, and the results are promising. So, let's think about children, horses, and autism again. Does a different picture come to mind? Maybe we see the children sitting atop their very own horse partner, squealing in delight, taking from the horse a strength and a reason to interact. We see the horses walking along quietly, obedient and willing, sharing their strength and giving their generous spirits. Each child is surrounded, quite literally on all sides, by people who love them and who believe in them, who are giving everything they have to make a difference for that child. In the end, to defeat autism and bring our children back to us.